As drama of the rally unfolded. Dense crowds had built up and marshals were finding it impossible to keep them off the road. McRae was anxious to start, but it was too dangerous to continue.
Stage 1 has been cancelled. Stage 1 has been cancelled and be run as a road section. I'll confirm stage 2 as soon as I have some more details.
The first 200-300 meter, a little bit too many spectators in the first corner, and so it was quite dangerous when Tommy passed, and that's the reason they cancelled the stage.
It was not so good. They were running around everywhere. First 2 kilometers was worse.
The crowd were more disciplined on stage 2. Formula 2 driver Jesus Perras in the lightweight Citroën surprised everybody by taking the win. Didier Auriol finished under 3 seconds behind. The Frenchman dramatically cutting the corners, a common sight on tarmac rallies. Carlos Sainz, eager to please the Spanish crowd, was hard on the heels of the Frenchman, third after stage 2. Mäkinen, less than 1 second behind Sainz, was fourth. Formula 2 Citroëns are not part of the World Rally Championship and are mixing it with the leaders as the cars are much lighter but equally powerful, and they're specifically designed to compete only on tarmac. McRae had not made the impression that he'd hoped for after choosing tyres that were too soft. Formula 2 Hyundais were not performing as well as the Citroëns. Alistair McRae, 23rd. Away from the F2 battle, Auriol was the man to beat.
The first stage, you must say always, okay, go, go, go. don't sleep. And time was good, so okay, we see in the next stage. It's just the start of the rally, maybe. The others are not very wake up yet.
Stages 3 and 4 were held near the town of Vic. Perras showing that the Citroën was perfectly set up for the dry tarmac conditions.
Izquierda 10, situar derecha 9, larga 10, 70. Camino derecha 1 tarde, 30.
Carlos Sainz finished third on both stages, moving up to second overall. Bulgalski in the second Citroën was starting to match the pace of his teammate, leaving him second equal with Sainz. Auriol stayed on the limit, fourth on both stages, dropping to fourth on the leaderboard. Mäkinen found his pace on stage 4, which he won and climbed to 5th overall. Stage 3 was the highest of the rally at over 1,100 metres, providing some spectacular views as the cars twisted through the hills. McRae was close to Mäkinen on stage 4, but was still 6th overall. Richard Burns was not seeing a tremendous benefit from the Subaru's new fly-by-wire transmission. After stage 4, he was 7th.
30, slow medium left.
Loix, recovering from his injuries, was improving as the stages unfolded. Skoda was on the up, Schwartz finishing in the top 10. The Barcelona-based Seat had not started well. Struggling to find grip on the smooth tarmac, Liati ended 12th overall. The cars moved into stage 5, the Spanish crowds thrilled by the action. Jesus Perras in the Formula 2 Citroën still leading. Local hero Carlos Sainz finished third on the limit, trying to stay in front of Didier Auriol. Freddie Loix was improving, 5th on stage 5, but an excellent 2nd on stage 6. Mäkinen was finding it difficult to match the speed of the Toyotas. As Oriol and co-driver Girardet led the World Championship cars, Ford was soon to be out of contention.
Try and get to the end of the stage. Get to the end of the stage, Sean, but it might be next week sometime. It's okay, Colin, we'll still be here next week also.
It's really just a problem we had with a part on the engine of the car, which meant we didn't have any, not any power, but probably 80 or 90 horsepower compared to the 300 that we should have, so we dropped a lot of time.
Didier Auriol third after stage 8. If Toyota maintained this form, they would dramatically extend their lead in the Constructors' Championship. Jesus Perras and co-driver Marc Marti in the leading Citroën took stage 8, only marginally ahead of Bugalski. Suspension difficulties and lack of grip kept Richard Burns and Bruno Thierry out of the top 6.
Dai, sinistra e occhio. Non andiamo avanti. Sinistra lunga chiude a Rai 5. Vai. Sinistra su dosso tieni e destra 1 meno lunga.
Obviously, Liati was not thrilled with his car. Both Hyundais were to suffer misfortune, first with Alistair McRae on stage 9. Teammate Kenneth Eriksson was flying until he suffered a suspension failure on stage 10. Chance to beat Sainz, but Freddie Loix and co-driver Sven Smets could not close the gap. Subaru were determined to salvage some points, despite Burns being over a minute behind Mäkinen.
If we were driving in the top 3 and I was in front of the Subarus, then I'd be more satisfied. But I was wanting to. I always want to be the best of the Subarus. So now we have to try and get these guys as well.
Stage 17, a short 13-kilometre test. Bugalski back on top, continually pushing hard to make things difficult for the chasing Toyotas. Mäkinen second on stage 17, moving ahead of Loix.
Ja oikein nopea. Älä hae, pitkä tuo vasen miinus kirraa, 4.
Didier Auriol, frustrated by the advantage of the Citroën, was seeing the maximum 10 points for the win slipping away. Carlos Sainz lost third place overall when he punctured on stage 17. Kankinen in the third Subaru was determined to try and beat the nominated driver, Thierry. The Seat of Liati was finally showing some signs of improvement. Freddie Loix fifth on stage 17, and the Mitsubishis were coming good on the smooth tarmac roads around Girona.
Kom links 100 geladen in. Rechts links, rechts 92 links. En 75.
After the stage, he was level overall with Sainz. Bugalski still led, Auriol was second, but Mäkinen had now benefited from Sainz's misfortune.
Luckily, the moves started to work well, and I could finish the stage without stopping to change in the tire, but it cost me 20 seconds.
I try as hard as possible because Carlos and Freddie was so far in front of us, but now it seems to be a very good situation. We are a little bit ahead of them because of Carlos' tire problem.
Bugalski was safe, winning stage 18. The conditions had been perfect for the French team. Didier Auriol pushing to the end, winning the last stage. Mäkinen relaxed, safe in the knowledge that he was third overall. Richard Burns, with one last burst of speed, took second on the last stage, but a bitter end to the rally for Carlos Sainz.
Lewis, keep going. Go for it. Yeah, we are trying, George.
It was the first time that a Formula 2 car had won a World Championship round ahead of the series regulars. Bugalski had won 5 stages on the rally. Auriol was second, but his teammates were still stuck on stage.
We are out of the points, yeah? Is there any chance for us? Do you want us to try to change the alternator belt ourselves and try to continue, or I think we're going to stop here?
The Spaniards retired 50 metres after the last stage.
I am very, very happy. For Citroën is a good day, and for Felipe Bugalski it's good day.
I'm a little disappointed about the rules again, because, you know, for us, on the start of the season, we say, okay, for the manufacturer, the kit car don't take points, but why not the pilot also? I mean, we do the championship world driver.
I have to be very happy. We find some better car suspension setting during the event. All the time we try some little difference, and at the end we find very good setting. I believe it should be good to Corsica.
A tremendous drive by Philippe Bugalski and Jean-Paul Chironi, and a great day for Citroën. They hadn't put a foot wrong. And so after 3 hard days, Bugalski was on top. Didier Auriol in second, Mäkinen a great third, Loix fourth, Burns fifth and Kankkunen sixth.